Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, April 2nd, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 699 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Franklin Graham wins court battle after crusade ads yanked off buses in England. Evidence suggests Ethiopian military carried out massacre in Tigray. Coin firm pays it forward after Georgia man paid in pennies. Dean Spano's sister petitions court to force Chargers sale. Brian Callen gives up effort to sue husband of woman who claims comedian rape her. Biden urges religious leaders to tell people to not be fearful of the COVID-19 vaccine, it's about protecting people. Body matching description of missing Philip Muir found in Mozambique after terror attack. Mac Callen pushes back on Democrat racism claims on new election law. Biden picks 5 cabinet secretaries to take on special responsibility selling infrastructure plan. Pelosi, remove Rep. Gates from committee if claims are true. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Allegheny County's new COVID-19 vaccine registration site is now open to public, WTAE Pittsburgh. Biden's infrastructure plan, how the $2 trillion would be spent, NPR. Walt's Texas highway project in test of Biden's promises on race, Politico. Why Hollywood may be staying surprisingly quiet about Georgia's new voting law, CNBC. Dow Jones rises, Nasdaq leads market, S&P 500 hits new high, 4 chip stocks break out, Investors Business Daily. Ava DuVernay's new gods, James Wan's The Trench DC movies not moving forward at Warner Brothers exclusive, Hollywood Reporter. Pelosi says Biden's joint session of Congress in the hands of the Capitol attending physician, Fox News. Ancient coins found in Rhode Island may solve mystery of murderous 1600s pirate, NBC News. Leveraged blowout, how Juan Chico's blindsided global banks, Bloomberg. Woman gives birth to twins conceived 3 weeks apart, livescience.com. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Biden's jobs plan includes $10 billion for a civilian climate corps. Is it enough? Charlottesville can remove statues of Confederate generals, High Court rules. Marjorie Taylor Greene slammed for claim that working out is her COVID protection. Police officer suspended for defending Confederacy on TikTok while on duty. James Charles posts video about underage sexting allegations, IF kid up. Paramedic, no reason police couldn't have started chest compressions on George Floyd. Fauci argues for sympathy towards Deborah Birx, she was in a tough situation. Boy saves sister's life thanks to John Cena prank video. Jim Clyburn insulted by Joe Manchin's position on voting rights bill. Jess Jennings takes on transgender athlete bans with powerful throwback clip. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Experts warn parents after infant deaths. Nurse surprised with tickets to Pirates opening day. Fentanyl-laced ecstasy found in Houston. Employee arraigned after $10K stolen. Woman shoots man after he talks to his ex-girlfriend. Construction crews unearth piece of history. Teen arrested in connection to overdose deaths. Federal jury finds Macy man guilty of assault. Students happy and inspired upon returning to in-person special classes. MPD, man shoots through car door, hits ex-girlfriend. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. "I thought he was dead," says a paramedic who treated George Floyd. The 2021 MLB season is officially underway. Doctors sue United Healthcare. Mets-Nationals game postponed after positive coronavirus test. Michigan, George Floyd, baseball, your Thursday evening briefing. Broadway returns in Australia. North Carolina coach Roy Williams retires after 3 national titles. As nation speeds to vaccinate all, Maryland's path shows challenges ahead. Wall Street hits another record, lifted by tech rally and economic optimism. A 9-year-old boy is among 4 killed in Southern California shooting. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Capitol riot suspect charged with using electroshock weapon, flagpole to assault D.C. police officer. Players hear a lot of talk from Emmert about Title IX, nil. Alveda King says the Georgia voting law is not an effort for voter suppression. Jim Clyburn launches scathing attack on Joe Manchin over filibuster. Kamala Harris to finally move into VP mansion after renovations. Martha McCallum pushes back on Democrat guests' claims about the Georgia election law. This is Histrionics. Test drive. The 2022 Acura MDX is big on sport and utility. Rangers exec fires back at Biden for calling it a mistake to allow 100% capacity at ballpark. Columbia midfielder Viafara gets 11 years on U.S. drug charge. Schumer says bill to decriminalize pot coming shortly. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, April 2nd. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Can Gonzaga's Mark Few finally win a championship? CBS Tracy Wolfson points to Bulldogs' unselfishness as key. Restaurants reopening, where do they stand, and how do they recover from COVID? Behind on rent, in danger of being evicted? Here's what you need to know. Caring during COVID, how parents can help their children handle pandemic-related stress. Watch, the stars of Be Positive, Mom, United States of Al and young Sheldon share their best bloopers. CBS will be the home of the Daytime Emmy Awards through 2022. Watch the Derek Chauvin trial live. All eyes on Derek Chauvin trial in Minneapolis barbershop, with kids included in vital conversations. Final Four analysis, can Gonzaga finish off its perfect season? Marnie Carpenter on Catherine Martin and Clarice's long-awaited reunion, it's a doozy. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. The conspiracy theory that still won't rest in peace. Mounted police trample people before turning water cannons on others. By clinches 1 BN Royal Navy contracts. Derek Chauvin trial, jury hears new audio of cops speaking after George Floyd's death. Top grammar schools get dragged into outcry over abuse. Hero vicar gets high-tech bionic arm, and immediately gives his son, 7, his first proper hug. Mind-bending new craze sees people using famous photographs to pose as their favorite celebrity. COVID passport trials to begin, Boris Johnson is set to unveil a test scheme for venues on Monday. Line of duty sparks surge in people wanting to join real-life AC-12. Oxford dismissed rowing girls' rape, student claims. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Vaccination rates are rising, but so are COVID cases. Honduras hired elite D.C. law firm in failed lobbying effort to derail state-sponsored drug trafficking probe of president's brother. Coronavirus vaccines are finally reaching poor countries, but some cannot cover the cost of administering them. Backlash after UK race report seeks to dispel myths about racism, tell news story about slave trade. Along Russia's majestic Lake Baikal, the quest for tourism cash stalks at pristine landscape. COVID-19 live updates, Virginia to expand vaccine eligibility to everyone over age 16 by April 18. India's abrupt lockdown forced millions to walk, bike and hitchhike home. Many lives will never be the same. Eastern Caribbean dollar goes digital, a help for unbanked. The reason many Guatemalans are coming to the border, a profound hunger crisis. Biden admin lauds talks on readmitting U.S. to Iran nuke deal. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors. The Guardian. This is the Guardian's U.S. news feed. McConnell vows to fight Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure plan every step of the way. Live. Biden's cabinet meeting proves the reality TV presidency wasn't renewed. North Carolina coach Roy Williams retires after 3 national titles. George Floyd's girlfriend gives tearful testimony about addiction struggle. Virginia court rules Charlottesville can take down Confederate statues. Mexican press freedom dispute erupts as AMLO attacks U.S. and domestic critics. Apple's Tim Cook joins chorus in denouncing Georgia's voting law. Hoped rise of breakthrough on U.S. return to Iran nuclear deal. Judge blocks Lil Nas X's Satan shoes from shipping to customers. George Floyd's girlfriend testifies through tears to about opioid addiction, video. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Live, ABC News Live. Virginia Supreme Court says Confederate statues can be removed. Judge tosses some claims in old Georgia election lawsuit. California court says USA Taekwondo must protect athletes. Anticipation is building for a boom in U.S. hiring this year. McConnell urges fellow Republicans to get COVID-19 vaccines. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Derek Chauvin trial, footage shows paramedics responding to Floyd arrest. Belgian police break up fake festival started as April Fool's joke. Derek Chauvin trial, George Floyd's girlfriend tells the first kiss and addiction. COVID, tennis bodies urge hesitant players to get vaccine. Mozambique, family of British man missing after Palma attack say body found. Italy Russia arrest, wife of Navy spy reveals dire finances. French government condemns reality TV virginity test. COVID, will your pet need a coronavirus vaccine? Myanmar coup, more than 40 children killed by military, rights group says. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Derek Chauvin trial live, police supervisor tells court that officers could have ended restraint of George Floyd. Paramedic, Floyd was dead when he arrived on scene. For Army vet, a sense of relief after showing scars. 15 million Johnson & Johnson vaccine doses ruined in lab mix-up, most Americans 65 and older fully vaccinated, live COVID updates. Groups rush to get Florida farm workers vaccinated. Excitement and caution, Easter, Passover and Ramadan plans are complex this year amid COVID-19 vaccine rollout. Millions celebrating Easter, Ramadan and Passover during pandemic. Horrific massacre, suspect locked entries and shooting at California office building that left 4 dead, including 9-year-old boy. AP top stories April 1st p. Yanks opening day hopeful sign for fans. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. California's next Attorney General will enter office with a full plate of major challenges. Half of California bachelor's degrees are awarded by Cal State, report says. 30% of Californians have received COVID-19 vaccine dose. It transforms everything. California court says USA Taekwondo must protect athletes after LA sexual abuse case. Hanging death of man in Exposition Park is ruled a suicide. Child struck in orange shooting died in arms of woman trying to save him, authorities say. Photos, investigation underway in Orange after the third U.S. mass shooting in 2 weeks. Fate of Chargers ownership at stake as Dean Spano's sister asks court to force sale. So you're eligible for the vaccine, here's how to get one. Orange gunman locked gates of office complex before killing 4, police say he knew victims. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, April 2nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. New Zealand raises minimum wage to $20 an hour and raises taxes on the rich. Chinese drones spotted gathering intel around Taiwan Islands. Jailed Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny announces hunger strike until he receives adequate medical help. My back pain has now moved to my leg. Parts of my right leg and now my left leg are becoming numb. Jokes aside, it is getting worrisome. Arabian coins found in U.S. may unlock 17th century pirate mystery. UN warns civilians, including kids, facing unspeakable horror in ISIS siege on Mozambique town. Bolsonaro's cabinet reshuffle triggers worst military crisis since the 70s. 500 Russian physicians demand prison medical assistance for Navalny. Macron orders COVID-19 lockdown across all of France, closes schools. NATO says it is concerned about Russian military buildup near Ukraine. Suez Canal Authority requests $1 billion in compensation from Ever Given owner, Egypt Independent. U.S. has enormous respect for how Australia is standing up to China's economic coercion. Australian foreign policy. Russian armor floods toward border with Ukraine amid fears of an imminent crisis. The number of bears in the Pyrenees Mountains separating France and Spain rose to 64 last year, including 16 cubs, animal rights activists said Thursday, heralding the strong revival of a population that had been threatened with extinction. Met police did not know officer was member of a terror group until anti-fascists leaked data. Gaza man tortured for Zoom call with Israeli peace activists. The next headlines are from Forbes. Jake Paul vs. Ben Askren odds update, the money lines have significantly narrowed. America's middle class must earn a living wage. Netflix's popular Marriage or Mortgage plays on practicality and hope for happily ever after. In The Serpent, Jenna Coleman portrays a woman willing to kill for love. Jeffrey Dean Morgan discusses his Raimi reunion in The Unholy. Today's worst April Fool's jokes: LeBron's fine, there's no Duolingo toilet paper and absolutely not an Outback lipstick. Jack Dorsey has quietly ended an attack on Twitter. In spite of the glory that is March Madness, the NCAA had a terrible month. What college presidents need to do now. Apple's Tim Cook latest to condemn Georgia voting law. First Biden official punished for flouting COVID-19 rules. The next headlines are from Nature.com. After the WHO report, what's next in the search for COVID's origins? English is the language of science, but precision is tough as a non-native speaker. Why you have to dive headfirst into English to master it. Why is it so hard to investigate the rare side effects of COVID vaccines? Quirks of kids' cancers are revealed, and could shape hunt for drugs. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,695,983,078 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Mamoru Hosoda's Bell lures top-notch international creative team and unveils first trailer exclusive. Ryan Murphy's production designers explain how they help create a distinctive aesthetic. Podcast studio Wondery, now owned by Amazon, plans to double staff this year. Billie Eilish, Rooney Mara and Joaquin Phoenix celebrate Support Plus feed anniversary. New movies to watch this week: Godzilla vs. Kong, The Unholy, Concrete Cowboy. MTV Entertainment Group launches mental health campaign. DC Films shelving The New Gods with Ava DuVernay, The Trench with James Wan. Music industry moves, Saw ED re-ups with Warner Chappell, MLC names 3 top executives. Spike Lee, George C. Wolfe to join board of Vimeo after it spins off from IAC. 2021 Oscar-nominated short films, live-action review, a cross-section of cinematic activism. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. In layman's terms, I thought he was dead, paramedic testifies. Biden allows Trump's freeze on skilled worker and other visas to expire. The viral TikTok that explains vaccine science and makes you laugh. Why does Discord not use ads, and why is Microsoft interested? We asked Discord's CEO. By the numbers, Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure plan. Dr. Rachel Levine questions state bills targeting transgender healthcare. OPEC Plus 2 gradually boost oil production ahead of expected summer rebound in demand. Taiwan and Palau launch coronavirus travel bubble. UK government report draws criticism over historic denial of race issues. White House says drug overdose deaths spiked to 88,000 during the pandemic. The following headlines are from The Week. George Floyd's girlfriend, paramedics testify in Chauvin trial. The Satan shoe saga ends with the 666th sneaker unsold. Asterisk. Knives Out murders all of Netflix's other movie acquisitions with a massive $450 million sale. The week's good news, April 1st, 2021. The week contest, Office Prince. Trump's post-presidency is reportedly plagued by infighting and grifting. MLB season already sees a COVID-19 delay as Mets Nationals opening day game is postponed. Godzilla and King Kong take on their greatest opponent yet, the pandemic. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. No justice, no rent, after Winter Storm Uri, tenants go on strike. Texas activists took their fight against a natural gas project abroad, and are winning. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. CDR Primer, Carbon Removal 101. The next headlines are from Universe Today. There are ocean currents under the ice on Enceladus. A billion years from now there won't be much oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere. The debris cloud from a supernova shows an imprint of the actual explosion. The closest star cluster to Earth is being dismantled in front of our eyes. Simulating the universe a trillionth of a second after the Big Bang. Seen from space, Iceland's new volcano lights up the island at night. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, April 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Hummingbird having a spring meal. Follow the Arc to Arcturus, drive a Spike to Spica. A new Goldilocks black hole. Billions of brood X cicadas set to emerge in spring 2021. TESS's exoplanet catalog grows to over 2,200 worlds. International Space Station passing a mineral moon. How to see the Southern Cross from the Northern Hemisphere. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Panic rooms, birth certificates and the birth of GOP paranoia. Paper plates and school buses, what you might have missed in Biden's infrastructure plan. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. They thank me, Jerry Falwell Jr. says Liberty community still embraces him. FDA allows Moderna to put more coronavirus vaccine doses in each vial. Army probes missing rifle from National Guard unit deployed to the Capitol. Bloomberg alums are back in action, and turning on their own. Opinion: the Supreme Court isn't as conservative as you think. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. NRL 2021 Round 4 live updates. Storm face Broncos, Rabbitohs hand Bulldogs unwanted 93-year record. Gladstone usurps Brisbane as much cheaper inland rail destination. QLD Health updates COVID venues after identifying missing link. Kangaroos need to stay calm and carry on, David Noble. NSW on alert for vaccine reactions after blood clot hospitalization. As it happened, AFL 2021, Bruce kicks 10, Bulldogs thump North Melbourne. Amazon documentary will haunt the Giants all season. Premiership Tiger dropped for match against Swans. The one that got away, how Weirdos let a Wallabies prospect slip. Why King's Mines mean so much to the Newcastle Knights. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. This accounting firm will let staff choose start times and clock off early in the summer. Need to know why the jobs report will be important, even if no one is around to trade it. Google pledges $29 million to new EU fund to tackle fake news. Tesla will sell sustainable credits to Volkswagen in China, according to report. Gang of international Lego thieves arrested in Paris heist. Asia markets, stocks rise in Japan and China, most other major markets closed for holiday. The Wall Street Journal, FDA investigating cause of bad batch of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. Market Extra, Carol Stryker is first woman to take reins of KPMG's U.S. deals team. Here's how she got there. The Moneyest, I cut his hair because he won't pay for a haircut. My multi-millionaire husband is 90. I've looked after him for 41 years, but he won't help my son. The Moneyest, my aunt took over from me as my grandmother's power of attorney and executor of my grandfather's $1.3 million estate. Should I retaliate? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. 6 best YouTube channels about inventions and ideas in 2021, The Nation roar. Trump rule would allow unlimited vaccine price hikes, The Intercept. Company key in vaccine supply cited for violations, Arkansas Online. Big Pharma tells justices to keep a sign or estoppel, Law 360. Caltech files original complaint against Microsoft, amended complaints against Dell, HP, intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. Carol A. Freeman obituaries sent Trib.com, Sentinel Tribune. The Brexit deal, shot in the arm or kick in the teeth for the pharma sector, JD Supra. Long-standing UMSM deemed to step down, unnews. U.S. spent millions funding research on COVID-19 drug, but doesn't hold patents, Gao, Biopharma dive. Ontario Superior Court dismisses Apotex Statutes of Monopolies and Trademarks Act claims regarding olanzapine, JD Supra. The next headlines are from Quartz. S&P record, Easter lockdowns, one who brings fear. Egyptian feminist Noel El Sadai showed a generation of female writers how to be fierce. 7 ways to support the leadership potential of Gen Z. Why MasterCard just made a $100 million bet on Africa's mobile money market. India walks a tightrope between vaccinating its own people and sending vaccines to the world. Nobody has heard of this year's Oscar Best Picture nominees. The Safety Dozen. Warren Buffett's firm is proposing an $8 billion boondoggle to prevent the next Texas blackout. Biden's $2 trillion plan, yoga pants recovery, digital confetti. Kenya becomes the second African country to roll out 5G. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Sega the MCA Steam DB despite that site not hosting any pirated material. New York City Council passes police reforms that includes ending qualified immunity for NYPD officers. T-Mobile kills live TV service just a few months after launch. Undeletable coercive loan apps first hobble then shut down your smartphone if you fall behind on repayments. NSA director says more domestic surveillance might stop foreign hacking, fails to explain why NSA isn't stopping much foreign hacking. Daily Deal, the complete Google Masterclass bundle. Amateur online detectives have apparently decided facial recognition tech is good as long as they're the ones using it. FCC wants to hear your thoughts on crappy U.S. broadband. Months after violent NYPD responses to protests resulted in hundreds of complaints, only 2 officers are facing serious discipline. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Bad baby. Law and order, organized crime. Cincinnati Reds. Texas Rangers. Brewers. Olivia Rodrigo. LeBron James. Dodgers. Good Friday. MLB. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Sex symbol MMA fighter flattens opponent with spinning back fist, then sprints out of the cage after record-breaking KO, video. Global stocks shoot past all-time high of $106 trillion as imminent end of COVID-19 pandemic heats up market sentiment. North Korean group demands apology and compensation from Japan over World War II-era atrocities. Sunlight renders coronavirus inactive 8 times faster than predicted, says new study. Russia's Sputnik V formula could be updated to protect against new coronavirus variants in just 2 days using new gene technology. U.S. government should investigate OnlyFans for promoting prostitution, GOP congressman says. Oil rallies after OPEC Plus decision to gradually increase production. China seeks to vaccinate entire city against COVID-19 in just 5 days after outbreak. Man armed with bottle of accelerant scaled gates of French president's residence, media. Xiaomi mocked online after spending 3 years on new logo that looks almost identical to the original. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Another Wirecard, invoices backing Greensill issued bonds never existed, administrator finds. Deliveroo debut declared worst IPO in London's history, sign of Amsterdam's growing dominance. As Russian tanks move toward Ukraine, the globe braces for World War III. Spanish tourism industry rebels against outdoor mask decree as drones used to spy on beachgoers. Clear majority of Brits support vaccine passports to go to the pub, poll finds. UK reports 25 new cases of rare blood clots linked to AstraZeneca jab. Gaslighting, how leftists demonize and demoralize their opposition. Nothing to see here, Microsoft files patent to mine cryptos using human brain activity. San Francisco's corrupt politicians exposed in a Twitter thread. Suez Canal nearly doubles capacity to clear traffic jam of ships. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Muslim body in India seeks end to dowries, lavish weddings. Fire kills 3 in market near Rohingya refugee camp in Bangladesh. How COVID-19 has overwhelmed intensive care units in Syrian capital Damascus. American couple arrested over plot to join ISIL in Yemen. Ethiopia risks lengthy deadlock in war hit Tigray, report. Oil giants win New York climate suit as court urges political fix. This is how badly climate change has hurt food production. Myanmar protesters urge guerrilla strikes amid internet cutoff. Bangladesh teen held for offensive video mocking Hasina, Modi. Germany plans Beirut port reconstruction with conditions, report. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Michigan Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist claims Republicans don't want black people to vote. Virginia Supreme Court rules Charlottesville can take down Confederate statues. Gal blasts USAID for mishandling Ivanka Trump's women empowerment program. Ron DeSantis directs illegal immigration crackdown in wake of Biden's sanctuary country orders. Islamic State celebrates Mozambique gas hub massacre. Border Patrol Sector Chief, I worry smugglers will drop people over barriers further in desert where it's more dangerous. Exclusive, Monica de la Cruz, disturbing Democrat Vicente Gonzalez had Chinese bank account. Watch, protester condemns pipeline projects, cisgender heteronormativity inflicting violence in our communities. China, American-style human rights stoke hatred. Joe Biden restarts visa programs for companies to outsource U.S. jobs while 17 Americans remain jobless. The next headlines are from UPI News. Visitor wins lottery jackpot on her way out of South Carolina. Look, Montana angler's 3.45-pound long-nose sucker breaks state record. Watch, off-duty firefighter removes 15,000 bees from car in parking lot. Book return to Nebraska Library was 50 years overdue. April Fool's Day Roundup, Velveeta Skincare, Duolingo Toilet Paper. Watch, cyclist rides from top to bottom of India in 8 days. Wild turkey crashes through second-floor window of a woman's home. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. India donates 200,000 COVID vaccinations to protect UN peacekeepers around the world. Look for the pyramid of light in the night sky known as the zodiacal glow. Tweet this hashtag today, and T-Mobile will donate $500K to classrooms across the U.S. Check out these new April Fool's gags from some clever companies online. Biodegradable algae solar panels clean the air while growing green energy. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, April 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Man returns from shopping to find 15,000 bees in his car. North Carolina man accused of poisoning wife with eye drops is arrested for allegedly starting helicopter fire. Medallion lost at beach found months later, 50 miles away. Amazon tweets trolling Congress were so bad that IT thought account was hacked. Mark Zuckerberg's dad said he could go to Harvard or have a McDonald's franchise. Runway dining at $540 a meal proving hit in Japan. Trick or treat, smell my feet, Oscar Mayer offering free shoelaces that smell like bacon. Man's shameless cat spotted in neighbor's real estate listing. Internet's hide the pain herald accidentally used by Swedish COVID-19 vaccine website. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. What's solar geoengineering, and why is it controversial? Digital art NFTs are all the rage, but they're horrible for Mother Earth. This AI-powered app detects COVID-19 using just your voice with 80% accuracy. Say it ain't so, LG will reportedly shutter its smartphone business next week. MIT robot uses radio waves to find and retrieve hidden objects. Scientists have created living robots that can sell, feel, and record memories. This package can guide you into a new career as a highly paid project manager. Empathy is not pity. The highest grossing language learning app, Babbel, is now on sale. New images of M87 supermassive black hole reveal magnetized ring around it. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Evidence of Antarctic glacier's tipping point confirmed. A robot that senses hidden objects. Dynamic model of SARS-CoV-2 spike protein reveals potential new vaccine targets. First of its kind mechanical model simulates bending of mammalian whiskers. Polarized photovoltaic properties emerge. A new state of light. Mice with hallucination-like behaviors reveal insight into psychotic illness. Global assessment of cumulative human impacts to at-risk marine species over time. How brain cells repair their DNA reveals hot spots of aging and disease. New promise of forecasting meteor tsunamis. The next headlines are from Information Week. Does identity hinder hybrid cloud and multi-cloud adoption? New storage trends promise to help enterprises handle a data avalanche. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, April 2nd from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA awards Communications Program Mission Network Services Task Order. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Latter-day Saint leaders issue new warnings about survivalism and affinity fraud. Latest from Mormon Land, how COVID may have slowed church growth, remembering Chico Okazaki. 5 candidates line up to lead the Utah Republican Party. Utah women lost the most jobs during COVID-19. Returnships aim to help them level up, get back to work. Jana Reese, younger Latter-day Saints voted for Biden, but Trump fared well overall. Kay Tinkley, if America had background checks for guns, my sister might still be alive. Gordon Monson, Utah football is flawed at its core, but it can change, and it should. Interior Secretary Deb Haaland to visit Utah next week to review monument boundaries. Utah gymnastics team's mission at NCAA regionals, keep doing what you've been doing. More than 500,000 Utahns are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Rapid global heating is hurting farm productivity, study finds. NASA has a plan to punch an asteroid with a spaceship to protect Earth. Swedish carbon fiber battery could revolutionize car design. Leaked memo reveals concerning new brain disease in Canada. Coinbase sets direct listing for April 14th. Swiss robots use UV light to zap viruses aboard passenger planes. Feds say man broke into public water system and shut down safety processes. TSMC cancels chip price cuts, promises $100 billion investment surge. Amtrak unveils vision of expanded rail map under Biden's infrastructure plan. Supreme Court lets FCC relax limits on media ownership. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. 4 people injured in 3-car crash in Dalewood. Missouri State House approves $35 billion spending bill, nothing allotted to Medicaid expansion. Pedestrian struck by vehicle at Dalewood intersection. Woman sentenced to 5 years for fatal silicone butt injection at St. Louis hotel. Nonprofit helps victims of sex trafficking through jiu-jitsu training. Supporters of train travel visit Jefferson City to push for expanding services. Powerplex will host dozens of concert movie events, graduations in 2021. Baseball returns with changes for fans. Michael Strahan reveals fixed tooth gap was April Fool's Day prank. BJC Healthcare providing support to caregivers during the year of COVID. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Video, lightning sparks fire in Oceanside trees, homes threatened. Body found in bushes near North County motel prompts sheriff's investigation. IRS recalculates unemployment benefit taxes, refunds to start in May. U.S. projects up to 184,000 migrant children could arrive this year. Actor Dick Van Dyke seen handing out cash to job seekers outside SoCal nonprofit. Pfizer says its COVID-19 vaccine effective up to 6 months later. San Diegan's 50 and up start receiving vaccines as sites call for volunteers. SDSU to hold spring commencement in person at Petco Park. Lifeguards warn of bootleg surf camps. Netflix April 2021, everything coming and going. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Report, suspect in Italian spy case struggled with mortgage. In Italy spy story, Navy captain struggled with mortgage. How much of Netflix's bad trip is scripted? The answer is surprising. Wolf captured on hidden camera at National Park in Spain, first sighting in 100 years. America's intelligence community, an overview. Italian Navy captain's wife denies allegations he is a Russian spy. Hidden camera catches nursing home thief in the act. Chinese police routinely spy on British visitors. Suspected Italian spy had 4 children, large mortgage newspapers. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Ukraine's foreign minister, Russia's current escalation is largest in recent years. India gets new batch of French Rafale fighter jets. Pentagon chief reaffirmed unwavering support for Ukraine's sovereignty. Belarus deploys troops to border with Ukraine. Russia confirms deployment of its troops near Ukrainian border. Russia sends more weapon to its proxies in eastern Ukraine. USS Gabrielle Giffords launches a ship-killer missile as part of shipboard operational testing. U.S. Marine Corps taps Boeing to sustain compact laser weapon system units. Russian secret Bulak tank allegedly leaks via social media. U.S. Army awards $1 billion contract for guided artillery rockets. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Ningwu is a psychological thriller about exploitation in film. China's overseas loans actually do have strings attached, study finds. Telling a Chengdu man to stop smoking around you can be life-threatening. The end of New York City's Chinese banquet halls. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Actor Dick Van Dyke seen handing out cash to job seekers outside CA nonprofit. Here are tips to conserve water during severe drought. Video, suspects chased after breaking into family's car near Moraga Steps in San Francisco. The latest, homelessness in the Bay Area. Solano County health officials warn residents as COVID cases rise. Clusters of COVID-19 cases related to team sports in Marin County. Animals enjoy excellent Easter treats at London Zoo. Suspects killed by police in Fremont Hotel parking lot. Fire crews respond to Springs fire burning in San Mateo County. California leaders monitor possible COVID-19 spring surge. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Segura's hit intent lifts Phillies over Braves in opener. Most new cases since early February, continuing the March trend. Defending champ Barty to play Andreescu in Miami Open final. Duty sergeant, officers could have ended Floyd restraint. Capella, young guide walks past Spurs 134-129 into OT. Ross lifts Magic over short-handed Pelicans in overtime. Opening day, snow, stars, fans and a virus postponement. Bostic's big night give Palatine Battle of the Tracks win over Fremd. Downers Grove South tops Addison Trail. COVID-19 cancels 8 more high school football games. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Ocean's 11 director Steven Soderbergh to shoot movie in Seattle, looking for extras. Washington Supreme Court allows charges in Shamasaw and recall to move forward. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in, unknown, January 4, 2021, 22:10 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6 m, depth, 597.77 km, in Fiji January 4, 2021, 15:11 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.5 m, depth 20 km, in, unknown, January 4, 2021, 9:56 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, April 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Suspect and innocent driver killed after police chase ends in fiery crash on Houston's west side. Train derails in eastern Taiwan, killing 48, injuring dozens. Houston Black Restaurant Week starts today. Sunny Friday, a few raindrops Easter weekend. Spectrum Designs, one company's mission to lift up individuals with autism. Dad says mom accused of overdosing 6-year-old for life insurance was thirsty for money. Unaccompanied children to be transported from border to Houston holding facility today. 5 parents suing Katy ISD over district's mask mandate. Derek Chauvin trial live coverage, George Floyd's girlfriend recalls the first time they met, struggles with opioid addiction. Alum recalls mission to get fans in the stands during basketball team's early years. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Christians mark Good Friday amid lingering virus woes. AP photos, Czechs hold noisy Easter procession amid pandemic. The latest, Filipinos mark Good Friday with deserted streets. Christians mark Good Friday as some holy sites reopen. Japanese leader to hold talks with Biden in U.S. on April 16. Virus pandemic overshadows Bulgarian parliamentary election. World shares higher after S&P 500 tops 4,000 points. Thai protest leader on hunger strike given 4 drip in prison. Train crashes in eastern Taiwan, killing 36, injuring dozens. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Ethics concerns over Cuomo's $4 million book payout punted to Cuomo-controlled ethics agency. Former NYC Schools Chancellor Carranza takes new job on EdTech. Extra extra, the elusive hunt for rent-controlled NYC apartment. The big idea, mayoral candidate Diane Morales wants to bring social housing to NYC. East Village drag and punk venue Pyramid Club closes due to pandemic. Cuomo signs bill banning long-term solitary confinement in NY. Biden's infrastructure plan could bring aging Northeast rail into the modern era. What Johnson & Johnson's mix-up means for the vaccine rollout in NY, NJ. Governor's Island reopening May 1st with additional Brooklyn ferries. On cusp of new baseball season, author describes joy and torment of Mets fandom. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Syrians are victims of a war we did not choose. Should the 2021 climate summit in Glasgow still take place? Conserving tigers, elephants and bison, one LPG stove at a time. UN leadership necessary for fairer tax cooperation. Generation equality, Romans leadership as a catalyst for change, say 49 UN women envoys. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Shipments of Johnson & Johnson vaccine halted. FBI deploys creepy sentiment analysis tools to screen National Guard for pro-Trump sympathies. Trump blasts Biden's tax hike as globalist betrayal. Feds plan to broadcast government propaganda to streaming platforms. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Missing film designer found dead under garbage in NYC home. Coin firm pays it forward after Georgia man paid in pennies. Police, California office attack that killed 4 wasn't random. Did Pelosi prevent Rep. Tenney's son from attending swearing-in for no reason? Was this sign commenting on Trump's wives real? Did Lester Holt urge journalists to ditch objectivity? FBI, NYC morgue workers stole credit cards from dead people. George Soros to give $500 MTO Bard College in New York. Off-duty firefighter gets swarm of bees out of shopper's car. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fact-checking claims about asylum grants and immigration court attendance. Unfounded claims about Colorado gunman. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Comedian Jamie Kennedy on how he ended up in an anti-abortion propaganda film. Nobody knows food and drinks like an opera singer. Matt Gaetz keeps digging deeper holes for himself. The serial killer who murdered hippies on Southeast Asia's pot trail. Did Satan even have feet? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry prepare to have their second child their way. The perfect face mask is comfortable, washable, has 95% filtration and comes in a pack of 2. Joe Biden just might be the Democrats' Ronald Reagan. Biden pisses off Georgia Dems with support for moving All-Star game. Women's empowerment was Ivanka's biggest grift of all. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Aaron Judge has nightmarish opener, missed opportunities. Phil Mickelson cards disastrous 10 on 18th hole of Texas Open. Man knifed to death at London Vickle for another fatal stabbing victim. Net Steve Nash, James Harden's injury day-to-day situation. Man fatally shot in back after argument on NYC street. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week, discover variable star R Leonis. The inside story behind the historic first flight on Mars. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Fears of fourth COVID surge ahead of the holiday weekend. Officials race to contain fallout from spoiled Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine is 91% effective against COVID-19. Deb Haaland on the emotional moment Biden offered her the job. Women at forefront of COVID vaccine development. Female scientists at forefront of COVID vaccine effort. COVID cases soar among youth as U.S. braces for fourth wave. Biden administration unveils extensive offshore wind plan. U.S. braces for possible surge in COVID cases as more states plan to lift mask mandates. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Teen Wolf star Arden Cho says man threatened to kill her, screamed racial slurs. 15,000 bees await grocery shopper returning to his car. Chicago police fatally shoot 13-year-old boy, say it was armed confrontation. Georgia man who was paid a 91,000 greasy pennies saved from conundrum by Coinstar. Lifelong shelter dog adopted, then returned a day later for being too much work. Egypt wants $1 billion after ship blocked Suez Canal. North Carolina man arrested in connection with road rage shooting of Pennsylvania mom. Stall budget talks in Albany could delay state workers' paychecks, warns DiNapoli. CIT, deer flies through school bus windshield in Virginia, prances off unharmed. Gun background check surge after mass shootings. The following headlines are from military.com. Two competing bills now aim to secure health care for veterans sickened by burn pits. Airlift Wing commander fired amid allegations of inappropriate relationship. Pentagon reviewing request to house migrant children at California base. Tweets by Jack McCain, a U.S. military advisor, help injured Afghan pilot get surgery. Vaccine refusal rate at 3% among veterans, slightly higher in rural areas. Nearly half of Department of Defense employees got more productive when they started teleworking. No charges for son of retired Marine who fatally shot him in Florida home. Soldiers can now wear awards on Class B version of new Army green uniform. Meet Captain Star Eagle, Space Force swears in first female Native American intel officer. Australia to build guided missiles to boost defense capacity. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, what to do when your friends or family resist a COVID vaccine? Persist, gently. Column, Biden tackles infrastructure while Republicans put performative outrage over ideas. Asian American University students fear for elders after spate of racist attacks, urge others to speak out, it's up to us as a community. Childhood tantrums, nightmares and headaches are up in Chicago during the COVID-19 pandemic, according to a new survey from Lurie Hospital. Kankakee man charged Thursday with possession of child pornography, state police say. Illinois State Police Sergeant's vehicle rear-ended on outbound Dan Ryan. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, Cook County releases 22,000 first-dose vaccine appointments, state records most daily cases since February 5 with 3,526 new infections reported Thursday. With fans back inside Wrigley Field, Chicago felt normal again for a few brief hours. 7-month-old puppy Danny hit by car in Chicago faces surgery, needs foster home, he's very, very lucky he survived. 4-year-old Chicago boy dies in fiery Bishop Ford crash involving Ida truck. The following headlines are from FIS.org. How Biden's infrastructure plan addresses the climate crisis. Group surge pressure on Mexico to save tiny vaquita porpoise. Operation cleanup on plastic polluted Lagos beach. Evidence of Antarctic glaciers tipping point confirmed for first time. Consumers are searching online but not buying. Why? Consumer resistance to sustainability interventions. Study finds airborne release of toxin from algal scum. Canadians say just as productive working from home. Europe's heat and drought crop losses tripled in 50 years, study. Study shows promise of forecasting meteor tsunamis. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, April 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why do some people always get lost? How volunteers are helping keep coral reefs alive. What you should know about the new COVID-19 strains. Should you take a vitamin D supplement? Freezing away your fat, is cool sculpting the new liposuction? Medical reviews, scam complaints or weight loss diet pills really work? 5 best zinc supplements on the market. Best CBD oil for anxiety and depression. The Great Wedge of Astronomy. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Anti-India clashes erupt after troops kill 3 Kashmir rebels. Tendulkar admitted to hospital with COVID-19. Extremist kills self, her baby in Tunisia suicide bombing. North Dakota governor declares wildfire emergency. Agencies donate $200K to those impacted by Nashville bombing. AP photos, Moroccan mimics Charlie Chaplin to mask hardships. Good Friday and virus lockdown empty Manila streets. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, April 2nd, 2021. Word Game, April 2nd, 2021. Horoscopes April 2nd, 2021, Michael Fassbender, concentrate on what makes you happy. Ask Amy, I think I know why my no-filter fiancé has no friends. Harriet Cole, I had a spur-of-the-moment party, and people are mad at me. Miss Manners, how is my girlfriend going to learn if I don't interrupt her? Dear Abby, my husband lets the kids roam, and I don't know what to do about it. Sport climbing, 3 from Bay Area make national team. De La Salle rolls over Jesuits in Justin Allenbois' 100th game. Opening night meltdown, SF Giants blow 5-run lead, waste Gausman's gem in disastrous loss. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. 1M Tennesseans vaccinated against COVID-19. Appalachian recovery programs get millions in federal grants. Russian entrepreneurs adapt to virus lockdown challenges. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Last-minute Trump rule would let vaccine makers hike prices unchecked. Right-wing state legislators make unprecedented attack on trans kids. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Whole body screening and in melanoma-prone families may improve early detection rates. Evidence for pevitrans, the Milky Way's most powerful particle accelerators. Flowers. Weight loss changes people's responsiveness to food marketing, study. Genome sequencing shows coronavirus variation drives pandemic surges. Evidence of Antarctic glacier's tipping point confirmed for first time. A statistical solution to processing very large datasets efficiently with memory limit. Climate change cut global farming productivity 21% since 1960s. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Suspect's suicide prompts Chicago police to finally close grisly 1989 murder case. Man missing from Englewood found safe. Police seek pair in Brosville robberies. Woman shot Thursday in Chicago. Kankakee man charged for possession of child pornography. White Sox blow to run lead, fall to Angels 4-3 on opening night. Missing woman known to frequent Wicker Park. Horoscope for Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Chicago launching CTA vaccination bus. Zach Collins earned honor of opening day start, White Sox manager Tony La Russa says. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis artist selling tile-covered sewer pipe home. St. Louis Circuit Attorney issues 10 felony charges in killing of K and Green. Need Bakehouse is giving away free starter today for National Sourdough Day. Arcade in Cinema and Bar returns this season with outdoor films. She pleaded guilty in St. Louis' wildest heist, now she's in trouble in Texas. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Detroit chef John Kung teams up with Funimation for Naruto-inspired ramen dishes. Regents to consider censuring GOP's visor after witches, assassination remarks. Jazz bassist Noah Jackson is now the music director and artist in residence at Cliff Bells. How Detroit's 313 Heart became an ever-changing selfie spot during the pandemic. A24 drops first full-length trailer for Zola, the movie about a Detroit waitress, wild Twitter thread. Detroit area musicians team up for darkly funny short film Pack Company. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Openings and closings. Cafe Leonelli debuts soon. Ritual closes this week. 5 Deshaun Watson massage behaviors that Rusty Hardin is trying to normalize. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets. Fish Fridays and Easter Sunday brunch. Conan's creator gets his own epic origin and death tale told. Former Grand Funker Mark Farner offers up his chili recipe. Astros 2021 by the numbers, 5 keys to the season. Marine Corporal is outside Cruz's house demanding answers for his anti-military nonsense. Best virtual bets, Buck, Latting Stance, and Art in the Park. Ricky Bird is the recovery troubadour. Upcoming Houston food events, a beer house goes Tex-Mex and a new South Texas breakfast. The next headlines are about world records making news. Intel Rocket Lake chip surprise and overclocking world records, CPU, news, hexes. Meet the world record holder who runs a water ski club in Lincoln, the Lincolnite. New Guinness World Record set in Bangor, the Bangarite. Cyprus woman breaks Guinness World Record for longest veil ever, stretching over 6 kilometers, News 18. How Dubai's luxury hotel earned Guinness World Record for highest infinity pool, Travel Daily. Wonderful, stressful, Ardil Telly who cycled from Kashmir to Kanyakumari in just 8 days, the Indian Express. Florida man sets Guinness World Record for watching Avengers, Endgame 191 times in theaters, Hypebeast. Dogs put on balancing act to break world record, Swindon advertiser. Guinness World Record attempt in 721 challenge for World Land Trust, Bucks Free Press. MSIOC team sets new DDR4 overclocking world record at 7,156 MHz, TechSpot. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Even Atari's reanimated corpse is getting in on the NFT grift. Amazon was reportedly considering a chain of discount stores before the pandemic hit. Universities across the country are being swept up in a large data fiasco. Great, now Sling TV and Dish are losing MASN and NBC regional sports networks. Area newspaper fixes own mistake with additional, weirdly uncomfortable mistake. Leaks hint that Google has new Pixel Buds and a Nest security cam in store. Movies on your favorite streaming services could be headed for Peacock instead. ICE is reportedly using OnStar location data to track suspects. Robocalls may get worse soon, and you can blame Facebook. This obviously fake NVIDIA RTX 4090 is ridiculous and perfect. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Matam in Senegal at 112.28 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 89.32 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 67.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Not an April Fool's joke, theatrical trailer for the Suicide Squad drops. The secret to a rat's sense of touch, it's all in how the whiskers bend. Xinuos, owners of what used to be SCO, file suit against Red Hat and IBM. Microsoft's Cortana meets an untimely end on iOS and Android. Supreme Court's pro-Facebook ruling could unleash flood of robocalls. Feds say man broke into public water system and shut down safety processes. E3 2021 leak suggests paywall, NVIDIA streaming, Asus says it'll be free for all. Nintendo's latest Mario game for the Switch is $10 off today. Cable lobby says it hates Biden plan to expand broadband and lower prices. Prior to the Chicxulub impact, rainforests looked very different. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Texas GOP comes up with a new way to subvert the will of the people. My senator uses his image as a black conservative to cover up the GOP's worst behavior. Outright lies, South Carolina bill would require teaching based on Trump's ahistorical 1776 report. Fox News host Tucker Carlson smears AOC as a low IQ race baiter. Matt Gaetz branded an alleged small-time pimp after bombshell knit story. Kristi Noem mocked after claiming she's shocked Biden's infrastructure plan includes money for infrastructure. Matt Gaetz ridiculed for leaving evidence by reportedly paying for sex workers with Cash App. GOP manufacturing outrage to turn Biden's popular infrastructure bill into a culture war spat. Fox News pretends Matt Gaetz doesn't exist after disastrous Tucker Carlson interview. Matt Gaetz paid prostitutes using Cash App and Apple Pay, and there are receipts, knit bombshell. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. No, Eric Greitens was never exonerated of sexual misconduct. Can America's problems be fixed by a president who loves John Meacham? Everything you need to know about vaccine passports. Green investing is definitely not going to save our behinds. Despite all the fake meat, Americans are still gobbling up the real stuff. Remembering Robert Hershen, poet of the Mimeo Revolution. A new online film festival seeks solutions to injustice globally. 361 voter suppression bills have already been introduced this year. Oil exporting nations warn to diversify industries, or face civil unrest. The myth of the super Negro comes to Derek Chauvin's defense. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Colorado Sierra Nevada plans to develop commercial space station and serve space tourists, the Colorado Sun. From the archive, 2018 interview with Senator Bill Nelson, via satellite. Aliens urge UN member states ambassadors to support the Embassy for Extraterrestrials project, PR Newswire. Explore the extraterrestrial and extra weird with Rainn Wilson as Terry Carnation, YourCentralValley.com. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Tracking receptor proteins can unveil molecular bases of memory and learning, Medical Express. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Breaking news, new kingdom of life discovered, Symbiobeta. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, April 2nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.